Order of Operations Part 1. In this video, we will understand the order of operations and define what the different grouping terms are. Now, we're going to look at two different mnemonic devices to help us understand order of operations. The first one you've probably already seen. The one you've probably already seen is PEMDAS, or Please Excuse My Dear Aunt Sally. The other one is GEMS. Now, they do essentially the same exact thing, but the difference between them is the PEMDAS focuses on parentheses, exponents, multiply, then divide, add, then subtract. The problem with it is multiplication and division are not to be mutually exclusive. They're supposed to be done left to right from order. So multiply or divide left to right in order. And that's the same with addition and subtraction. These two are to be done left to right. And that's the problem when we look at the PEMDAS, is also, if you notice the first one, groupings. Parentheses is the most common grouping symbol that we have, but it's not all inclusive. Where GEMS does groupings, exponents, multiplication or division, subtraction or addition, because it's left to right, either one in either multiply or divide, because I can make any division problem a multiplication problem by multiplying a fraction, and I can make any subtraction problem an addition by adding its opposite. So let's take a moment and look at our grouping symbols. Now, obviously we've already identified the first grouping symbol as parentheses. The parentheses is going to be your first and foremost grouping symbol, and it's going to just look like that. So if I have 3 plus 4 minus 2 squared, I'm first going to do what's inside the parentheses. So I'd have 3 plus 4 minus 2 is 2 squared. So I'd have 3 plus 4, which is 7. Parentheses, brackets, and braces. Those are the three major parenthetical parentheses. But as you get higher and higher in math, you might see, and especially on the calculator, you're not going to see the brackets and the braces. They're just going to have multi-level parentheses. So you might have 2 parentheses, 3 plus 4 parentheses, put parentheses all around that, and then square it or something. So you do the innermost parentheses first. You take care of this first, and then you take care of that second. But those aren't the only grouping symbols. The other grouping symbols that we get is we have the absolute value, where we have maybe the absolute 2 times the absolute value of 4 minus 2. And so we would take care of this operation first. We also have the radical. We will get to problems where we have 2 plus 14. And so you do this operation first before you do the square root. So it'd end up being the square root of 16. And then you'd simplify from there. But that's, again, not the only ones. Also, if we have fractions, and you will be seeing fractions where we have 3 plus 5 divided by 4. You're going to take care of the numerator first. You're going to add those numbers first, so you'll have 8 over 4, which will equal 2. Now, it won't always just be in the numerator that it happens. You might have 3 plus 5 over 10 minus 2. Now you have grouping symbols in both the top and the bottom, so you'd have to simplify the numerator. We're going to simplify this to be 8. We're going to simplify this denominator to be 8, which reduces down to 1. So when we talk about grouping symbols, there's a whole lot more grouping symbols than just parentheses. And that's one reason why they say don't use PEMDAS, because it's... And that about wraps it up for our video. So remember, if you want to use PEMDAS, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, don't forget, parentheses is more than just parentheses. It includes all of the different grouping symbols. It includes the parentheses. It includes brackets, braces, the absolute value symbol, the radical sign, and fractions. Have a great day, and we'll see you